TOMz.
Doom it long, I'm Shani and welcome to yet another exciting episode of Teenagers on a Mission. One on SABC, one TOMz to you for sure. I go by the name Sia, the best television host at this point in time.
And this is your boy C-A-D-D-Y, pronounced Caddy, the freshest TV host in forever. But we'd like to take you guys into the world of life science and technology. I'm sure we're going to be looking at the world of bees. Why are they so important to us? So you don't want to go anywhere. It's going to be a buzzing episode.
I see what you did there. I taught you well. But anyways, now we are talking about the world of incredible bees and also the significant role that they play in the wild.
Yes, in yours are not the friendliest because right? But they're really important when it comes to our ecosystem because some of the food is now it's because of them. Yeah. If we didn't have bees,
anyways, are you ready to get the show started, my boy?
I'm ready if you're ready.
Yes, let's get the show started.
On the show today, the naughty hair have been responsible for the pollination of plants and flowers for millions of years. The naughty hair is to be important kamahara the production of food and honey The naughty evolved over millions of years with several species. And the role that they play. How do these skills to how do you follow the TOMz quiz?
Alright, Mzansi Nako Ifitile, it's that time again where you and I get to interact on social media. And the question we're asking namhlanje bafethu, why are bees important for the ecosystem? And here's what you guys had to say on the socials. On Facebook is Pete_usbu_m. Ama-bees abaluleke kakhulu for pollination. Nice one, very, very true. Wesibili siphethe uZanele Mazibuko. Ama-bees abalulekile because asgaya is sugar supplement honey. Nice one, Bafethu. I love all those answers. Please do keep them coming in on social media. On Facebook, we are TOMz. On Twitter, at TOMz_SABC_1. Right now, let's go.
Hello bafethu, sithe touchdown at TOMz Secondary School namhlanje where sobuza abafundi abambalwa a few questions about bees. Hi Budwa.
Hi.
Njani?
I'm fine.
Yaphila abantu kamla.
Sunny boy Mabaso.
Sunny boy Mabaso konxela ba yintoni inyosi?
Inyosi it's a type of an insect that's okay. I can say like everywhere.
I think a bee is a type of insect that helps us a lot as human beings because like for example a bee goes to a plant and takes all the the nectar and creates honey, and we as people eat the honey. We do a lot of things. For example, we put honey in bread. We also use that honey to make things such as soaps. For example, Savalon is also made by honey. And
ecosystem.
Ecosystem is something like a circle of life because there are people, plants and animals living there.
That's a nice one. So why do you think inyosi is baluleke kangaka?
Inyosi is balulekile because of they have cross-pollination, and that is why we have more sunflowers.
Nice one, and all the other kinds of flowers and plants.
We were speaking about those little busy insects in yours, Bafethu. So without wasting any time, cover this.
Honeybee, a flying insect, collector nectar, lip pollen from various flowers and plants. They feed on nectar of flowers and collect pollen feed the larvae in their hives. They are found in wild living in hollowed out trees. They produce wax to build cells. They are part of the apiary family with around 20,000 different species. Some make honey. These insects nest on colonies. They're run by a single female. The queen bee is the only egg layer colony. It is thought hair originally evolved from hunting wasps. For money, a taste of nectar, but it decided to become vegetarians. Fossil evidence in the planet about the same time as flowering plants, 146 to 74 million years ago. The oldest known fossil is Trigona prisca by New Jersey, USA, 96 to 74 million years ago. The earliest historic mention ya honey e khutlela morao to 2100 BC, e leng gore ne ba e sebedisa as a valuable food and medicine in various tribes. The earliest historic mention ya honey e khutlela morao to 2100 BC, e leng gore ne ba e sebedisa as a valuable food kapa e be sebedisang as meriana in various tribes.
Yo, so I've got something interesting about inyosi, ne? So, guys, ne? The queen bee, aka umatinyelana, can actually lay up to 2,500 eggs per day during summer period.
Shucks!
Yeah.
Not only that, 40 inyosi bafethu ziyakwazi ukubhabha emoyeni at a speed of 25 kilometers per hour.
Whoa.
Futhi abhabha ashaya namaphiko awo about 200 times per second.
Yo, guys, hit us up with your thoughts on our social media pages. When we come back, sikhuluma kabanzi ngenyosi, and we're also gonna be morning, yo.
Aye, man.
Welcome back, Bafethu. You guys still tuning to SABC Mzansi for sure. Siyajabula ukuthi nisahleli nathi kusiqepheni sithanda kakhulu i-teenagers on a mission. If you just joined us, well, you're just in time to meet our guest, Bafethu. Well, I'm we're all about the world of bees.
True story. Okay, I put this phrase in a busy as a bee into a guy. Well, let me enlighten you. I'm a bees Bafethu, a hard-working insect.
Yes.
Sure.
To witness that, Bafethu, we're going to be actually visiting a beekeeper. Hives wabo, and how do they actually protect themselves from inyos and why they're so important to us. Without wasting any time, let's go meet our guest. What's going on? It's your boy C-A-D-D-Y, pronounced Caddy. Yet again on another mission, Bafethu, running the streets of Johannesburg. Namhlanje to touch down at Alberton. Niyazi ukuthi lama mission angoyenza ngiyi-1. Asibona ukuthi namhlanje siphethe yiphi teenager, and what are we all about? Let's meet our teenager. Yo.
Yo, how
what's
are
up,
you,
man?
I'm good. Are you good?
I'm good, man. Let's keep on. What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Koketo Wanyane. I come all the way from the Northwest Province.
Yeah.
Flagstone.
Okay, Ntwana, so TOMz namhlanje. What's your mission?
Hey, man. Thing is that I'm very confused. As you're aware, there's a lot of careers.
Yeah.
So I want you guys to help me get to know about a little bit more about other careers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you scared of bees?
Joe, my God, it's got
Well, namhlanje mission here to sovakashela bee keeper who's going to be telling us more about bees. Just and maybe you can be interested in the career.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Are you ready?
I'm ready, man.
Let's get it, boy.
Let's get it.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good, Caddy.
Pleased to meet you,
Yes,
Casey.
sir. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, sir.
Good, man.
Cool. So today we came to visit you.
Excellent.
You are on a mission. So please introduce yourself to the people who are watching, to us. Who are you? What do you do? And where are we?
Right, I'm Kai Heshert, and what I do is I'm a bee farmer. I'm from Simply Honey, so what we do is we produce pure raw honey.
Yes.
Okay, and today you're welcome here at the apiary site. We've got about 24 boxes of bees here. What we're going to do today is just going to see if there's some raw honey that we can actually harvest from the bees.
Okay.
All right, we only harvest the excess honey.
Okay.
So, and we'll take that off and we'll extract that so we can come to a product where we end up with proper raw honey. There we go, guys.
Awesome. So I want to know, for the people at home, obviously we know what a farmer is, but what is a bee farmer? How do you harvest bees? How do you get the bees to a farm? And what kind of a place is needed for a bee farm?
All right, what a bee farm, normally it's not a farm as such. We call it an apiary site. So we have a lot of, I have a lot of different apiary sites, often on different people's properties. Right? So the best way to actually getting bees, I do a lot of bee removals. It's very important to do the bee removals so you can actually save the swarm. Remember, we've got a shortage of bees worldwide. So we want to make sure that we don't actually kill the bees, we're actually protecting the bees. Right? Yes. We haven't got enough swarms in South Africa as well. So what we do normally in swarming season, which is in September, what happens is the hive from throughout the year is so full of honey and it's so congested that the queen will actually take majority of the worker bees and she'll split from the swarm and they'll leave. But she'll leave behind a queen egg and the queen cell there, and there'll be a virgin queen inside the hive, all right, that will carry on with a leftover couple of worker bees. Okay. Right? Now that queen that's left with the swarm, right, what we do is we use catch boxes. So it's a beehive, which is about half the width of a normal beehive, and we'll put them out all over. And then what they do, as the queen and the workforce leave, they'll fly into one of my catch boxes, and that's where I've got another swarm. So what I'll do, my catch box then, I'll make sure they're settled. As soon as I see some bees taking pollen into the hive, I know that they've got baby bees, the queen's laying eggs, and I know that the beehive is working properly, and I'll move that off to one of my apiary sites like what we've got here today, what we're going to have a look at.
The science of honeybees is identified as having a tremendous impact on the environment and pollination. They refer a large amount of our fruits and vegetables to the popular as meat. Nature has designed this critical relationship over millions of years. Have adapted their eyes, sense of smell and taste to the best food supply possible. Pollen is collected via static electricity. On flowers, but this each bee in the odorant receptors, they 170 and they have an incredible sense of smell to communicate within the hives and recognize various types of flowers.
You mentioned earlier on that we're running out of bees, right? Why is it so important for us to actually have a bee farm?
Bees are very important. It's not just the honey that you're getting from the bees. More importantly is the pollination from bees. Bees pollinate a lot of our crops. So if the bees disappear, we don't actually have enough bees to do the pollination. So your butternuts need to be pollinated, your berries need to be pollinated, your macadamia nuts need to be pollinated. That's how you get your crop. So without the bees, we're not going to have food in a couple of years' time.
Okay, so how do you protect yourself and what kind of tools do you guys actually have?
What we got a bee suit. We're going to kit you up now in a bee suit.
Okay.
So it goes all over you, protects you, right? And so the bees won't be able to come. You'll have a veil around your head.
Okay.
We'll have a smoker.
Okay, so the process of you getting the honey, I mean, bees sting, right?
Yes, they do sting. We're dealing with a good old African killer bee in this country. It's probably the most aggressive bee in the world. All right, so they produce quite a lot of honey. And as soon as we start raiding their honey, taking their honey away, or if we start aggravating those bees, you'll see that they'll start coming out and they'll start to want to attack. That's why we've got the smoker. Okay. So what we do with the smoker, we suppress that smell of the venom being sprayed throughout the box. And also what we're doing, they think it's a fire and they start gorging themselves in honey, ready to leave the hive. And that calms the bees down. So as soon as the bees start getting a bit aggro, we normally give them a bit of smoke.
What's the importance of safety?
As I said, because the African killer bee is a very aggressive bee, and especially the bees protect their hive, they're protecting their queen. Okay, so you want to be protected, number one, otherwise you're going to get quite a lot of stings. Another safety aspect as well, when you start up your bee business, you want to make sure that your hives are out of the way of people that can get hurt, because people don't know bees, they go somewhere. So under bylaws, bees have to be fenced off, all right, so people don't go close, because people don't know about bees, and they start, and only time when the bees really attack and swarm and sting you is when somebody's messing with a hive, because all they do is they're just protecting their queen and their honey and their hive, and that's where the aggressiveness comes from.
Hushawadi Noti here has been on the rise through colony collapse disorder, CCD, and a sales phenomenon is already worker bees, the queen bee behind with plenty of food. Pollination has been reduced. The scientists have said robotic bees, which are complex flight mechanisms with tiny lightweight bodies, for flying and carrying pollen from flowers. The scientists had the colonies of these autonomous flying micro robots perform search and rescue expeditions, scout hazardous environments, from a scientific field data. These scientists try to understand the anatomy, the movement, behavior, they translate that into engineering these robotic bees.
Worker bee, all your worker bees are all lady bees. All right, so they only live for 6 weeks. So for 3 weeks they'll work inside the hive, for 3 weeks they'll work outside the hive. So each worker bee has got their job to go and do. So one will go and find pollen to feed the babies, the other one will go and find nectar to make honey, and some bees will go and find water or propolis.
Awesome.
All right. So, Mr. Carl, may you please tell us what could young people do in order to protect bees?
All right, the most important thing is I'm also part of Southern's Bee Association.
Yes.
We're one of the largest associations in the country, and what we need young people coming into the association, because a lot of people do it as a hobby. So they've only got 1 hive or 2. You can do it with 1 hive or 2 hives. We've got a space which is secure. You have to abide by the bylaws, all right, but you can start as a hobbyist. And then once you start as a hobbyist, you can start growing. So come September, you put out your catch boxes and you start growing your bee farm as such. Right? Now, young people specifically, once you do a course, you must come and do a course. Have a look at our Bee Association page. You'll see that there are courses offered for beginner beekeepers. Right? Do a course, join the Bee Association, and start learning about bees, especially for the younger folk. Okay, the importance of the bees. They need to realize that bees aren't dangerous. Most people they see a bee and they're terrified of the bee flying around them. Right? You'll see just now the bees will be flying around you. Okay, but you're actually in a suit, so you're quite protected. Okay, so for you can start doing pollination. Pollination pays very well. So now when you've got quite a few hives, you can start moving off to farmers. They pay you to come and do the pollination of their crops. Okay, you take your hives, they put them down there for a certain amount of time, and you take them out again.
Shucks, it's so amazing, Bafethu, ukubona ukuthi such a small animal can be so advanced. Futhi ihlakaniphe kangaka.
Yeah.
Uyabona nje mina ngicathi iy'nyosi are just known for their stings.
Oh, no, boy. Those insects are busier than me and you. Hit us up on Facebook and on Twitter, Bafethu, with your thoughts on today's topic. We'll be back straight after the ad break.
TOMz. TOMz.
Welcome back, Mzansi. You are still watching SABC 1, and this is, of course, Teenagers on a Mission. Now, I'm trying to face about bees and also everything that they do, right? So, they collect pollen, they produce honey, and also complex hives. Wow.
Yes, that's right, Bafethu. And actually, they're so important to us, and we actually take that for granted.
Yeah.
We must stop it, Bafethu. When it comes to our ecosystem.
Want to know why? Well, got this.
How long does your course take? Let's say I'm interested in studying towards becoming a beekeeper.
Farmer.
All right. If you're going to become, if you're going to go into bee farming as such, what I'd recommend is if you're going to start as a hobbyist, okay, do a 2-day course. It's normally I do a course which takes on a Saturday from about 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock. We go through the theory, also how to uncap the honey and how to extract the honey. And then what we do is on the Sunday morning, really early, we try and work early in the morning because the bees are less aggressive. All right. The later the day and the hotter the day, the more aggressive the bees become. Okay. So and then we come out and we actually physically work with the bees. So teach the guys to actually start working with the bees. Once you become a hobbyist, what you can do is definitely join an association like Southern's Beekeeping Association, because from there you're learning a lot from the commercial bee farmers, right? Where you can actually now go and get more hives and start growing, right? Or otherwise, there are guys that give accredited courses, which takes about I think they're doing it over about 2 weeks, and it's quite a lot more cost-wise, right? And you can start going into it. But the best experience, and a weekend course doesn't teach you all about bees. Best experience is do a course, join a bee association, and then physically work with the bees. Okay, and as you start learning it, you always learn more and more. You never stop learning about bees, and so your business grows from 1 hive to 2 hives to 20 hives to 100 hives to 150 hives. Now what you're doing is you're making a top quality product that you are selling at top quality price, right? And people know that you're selling a proper raw honey.
It was a great day, man. I really did learn a lot. First of all, I didn't even know that beekeeping was a career. Yeah, and then I also learned that it's very important for us to preserve our bees and to also like really take care of ourselves when we are surrounded by bees.
Hi guys, Nani's Bonelli mission by Nandi. Hope you guys have learned a lot. This is what we call mission accomplished from me and Koketo. We are signing out.
Signing out.
High five.
All right, Team Zanti Nako Ifitile. It's that time again for the TOMz quiz. Namhlanje bafethu mina ngifuna ukubona ubani ozomanqoba, but do not forget to play with us on our social media pages. Just like that, yiphi kumedulo ocansi iyona. And who knows, awesome prizes might be coming your way. Right about now though, let's play.
Dumelang kaofela you TOMzers, let's about the kgethehile haholo ho rona ebile re le rata haholo, and that is why in today's episode re le tshakela Fumana Secondary School. Let's have some fun with you guys. La science and technology. Lights, camera, and action. Are you ready to experience the ultimate edutainment? It's cool to be smart, guys, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And with TOMz by your side, learning becomes fun. Edutainment. That will empower the learners and keep them motivated. Let's and we did exactly that the dance-off challenge. The presenters started against each other, and then we gave the learners a chance to see who could outdance them.
Alright, together to Mabila Makam, we have chosen the 3 champions. Ngalas Peter Team A, Ngalas Peter Team B.
We tested their knowledge with the TOMZ quiz where we saw Team B winning the first round.
Alright, B is correct, but to
To the second round, more winning a grade 10 learner over Mintangarki, all the way to Khatebe, knocking everyone out at the speed round master.
Alright, Alala Shantu, always for making it through to the TOMZ Speed Round Master. Was this all going to swim? Sharp. Alright, cool. I'm going to tell you the pattern now. I'm going to win down. I'm going to on top of a small one, and you're only allowed to use one hand. You have 2 minutes to do exactly that. Got to in the fastest time. We'll take your name, put it on the TOMz log, and you'll actually get a chance to guest present on SABC 1, right? Cool stuff. 2 minutes to starts right now. You're only allowed to use one hand, Swami.
Hello, all you have to do is email tomz@sabc.co.za.
And she's about to do exactly that. Now Zoga says some progress right there. Alright, now Zoga. 2 block. Alright, and she's done. Just like that. Nice one, Swami. High five to you.
Guys, niyaz good namhla isifunda about the importance of bees and to our ecosystem. Asamba sobona ukuthi kahle kahle, how does the future look like? Bakuzo kwi-news. Check this out.
Do you know the species is slowly dying off? The decline of bee species can be contributed to many factors. Primarily climate change, disease, habitat loss, leading pesticides. The extinction of bees here is a threat to the future ecosystems, as these animals are essentials to the lives of plants and animals. But to have the highly engineered machines, rapidly advancing technology, machines replace small animals' labor. The design and production of robot bees the future can prove to be one of humanity's best bets for the future of our food supply.
Guys, unfortunately we're calling it a wrap. Mara, it's been more night. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining us in today's episode. I hope you found when it comes to the world of bees. If you want to be a beekeeper, it's pretty simple. Join us on our social media pages, send us a DM, and we'll be at your service 24/7. On Facebook, see TOMZ, and on Twitter, see TOMz_SABC_1. So don't waste your time.
Absolutely right. And social media is buzzing right about now. See what I did there? Anyways, we're Facebook on www.sabceducation.co.za/TOMZ. Otherwise, you can catch me at IMCA_G on Twitter.
Yes, and if you get bored that side, all you have to do is jump on the fresh side. I'm Fresh by Caddy on Twitter. Before we go, check out the highlights in the next coming episode.
So we're on the next episode of TOMZ. Substance abuse in the history and about self-medicating to treat depression. Africa we regarded as one of the top countries where substance abuse on a hand what does it comprise of? TOMZ 2 SABC 1 Mzansi for show.